When the schedule came out in May, we had Monday Night Football, December 19th, circled on the calendar. At the tail end of a script-flipping fourth quarter, it was the Packers' most explosive young player crossing this goal line to help plunge the dagger. The touchdown was Christian Watson's second in his first trip to Soldier Field. As far as the overwhelming sentiment last night on the Packers' first-round pick, it was, yeah, that sounds about right. The Pack picked up edge rusher Lucas Van Ness. A moment for history on Christmas Day in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers throwing touchdown pass number 443 to Allen Lazard, breaking Brett Favre's 14-year-old franchise record. If you go searching for resolutions in the desert, chances are you'll at least find some clarity. We got that much and more at the NFL owners meetings today. And while there's still no resolution on an Aaron Rodgers trade, we now know what led the Packers to this point. I'd go as far to say things are looking normal, something we haven't seen in 3 years at Packers training camp. 413 days ago in this very end zone, Aaron Rodgers shouted 4 words to the Chicago fans that echoed throughout the century-long rivalry between these two NFC North foes. I still own you. So whether this is Rodgers' final time at Soldier Field or just another of his 29 meetings against the Bears, you knew it was going to take more than just a couple broken bones to keep Rodgers out of this game.
All these guys in the 3-4 system can really be slotted at that D tackle role. We saw 4 D tackles on the line and everybody within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage on a third down look, on a third and short look. So if the Packers bring that out of the bag, oh man, this defense could have multiple options.
Aaron Rodgers put any remaining departure rumors to rest last week, saying he will, quote, definitely finish his career in Green Bay. 1 o'clock Central Time is when it all went down. Wednesday, April 6th, 2023, the official trade of the longest tenured player in Packers franchise history. Well, Burke, it'll be cold, but the reception for a former head coach, Mike McCarthy, will be warm. And certainly warmer than many people here thought it would be, maybe going back to 2018 and that less than amicable departure. 2 big factors swaying the betting markets this week, the weather and the must-win nature of the game for the green and gold.
So the Lions had absolutely nothing but pride and a winning record to play for, and of course bragging rights, and they came in, they stayed in the fight, and they punched the Packers in the mouth, and the Packers just did not have that counterpunch in the end. The Packers and Jets have re-engaged in discussions around the Aaron Rodgers trade, and Ryan, we were both at the NFL owners meetings in Phoenix just talking about that with Packers GM Brian Gutekunst, and he told us that movement had been pretty constant on that front. So what do you make about this report coming out today, of all days? Speaking of vets, Aaron Rodgers showing up for mandatory minicamp and really providing that veteran presence in the room. Obviously a future first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback. What has he taught you in these few days that you have really learned from? Leroy Butler, Super Bowl champion, Packers Hall of Famer, Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Famer, and in 3 months you get the ultimate honor for any professional football player, the induction into Canton, the gold jacket, and the title of Pro Football Hall of Famer. You've probably heard it 1,000 times as it's sunk in yet. Rumors swirling in the offseason. Aaron's back. We're not going to get too much into that. But Aaron has said, Randall Cobb has said, at least on Instagram stories, they want you back. You're ruling out a return.
There is 0 chance of coming back.
If there comes a time where I still feel like I can play at a high level and my body feels great, then there's, other guys have gone on and played elsewhere.
That was Aaron Rodgers nearly 3 years ago. His first public comments in the wake of this franchise-changing moment.
With the 26th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Jordan Love.
While the move didn't drastically alter the present,
Aaron's our quarterback, and I see him here for a really long time. And however long that is, I don't think anybody knows.
It may have lit a fire under number 12, and the 2021 calendar year was a roller coaster.
And this year's AP Most Valuable Player Award goes to, drum roll, Mr. Aaron Rodgers.
On draft night, Aaron Rodgers reports surfacing that he wants out of Green Bay.
I've tried to pass along information, hasn't really been used, shall we say. Green Bay isn't, a huge vacation destination. People are coming here to play with me.
But 13 wins and a second straight MVP award later, the waters seemed to settle down.
Got to give him a lot of credit with the way he came in. I mean, what he gave to our organization and the team this year was impressive.
And Rodgers returned for OTAs for the first time since 2019.
This is my 18th season. Of course you think about the next chapter and what's next in your life all the time. Doesn't mean you're not fully invested.
However, a frustrating 8-9 campaign coupled with an air of indecision from the quarterback,
It won't be long, and I'm not going to hold, anybody hostage in this.
led to the Packers striking a different tone.
We need to have some of those conversations about our team, where it's going, where he's at, before we go forward.
And now history looks to be repeating itself, with the Packers trading a franchise quarterback to the Jets and making good on a Brett Favre prediction from 3 years back.
I think Aaron will finish somewhere else. That's my gut.
And now, as number 12 says goodbye to 1265 Lombardi, he knows the 3 years that spelled the end didn't diminish the significance of 2 decades in Titletown.
I've been there 18 years, and I have so much love for Green Bay and the organization. I mean, 18 years, that's a teenager. You know, that's what I did in one city, playing there. It's all part of it. It's all part of life. And my life has been football for as long as I can remember, and I'm proud of that.
At the tail end of a script-flipping fourth quarter, it was the Packers' most explosive young player crossing this goal line to help plunge the dagger. The touchdown was Christian Watson's second in his first trip to Soldier Field, with the rookie's 46-yard sprint down the left sideline providing an exclamation point on a fourth quarter that saw the Packers score 18 straight points to finish off their rival and take over the mantle as the NFL's winningest franchise. Perhaps the best part of this story chapter, Aaron Rodgers calling the touchdown before he even broke the huddle.
I said, hey, if this comes out the gate, do you want him to score or not? I came off the, handoff to the fake to AJ, and I felt like the whole side of the line was over there. I figured it was probably going to be a good play.
It didn't cross my mind originally when he came back to the huddle. All he said was, after you score, we're going to do this. So all I heard was score, and that's what I did.
That touchdown embodied a fourth quarter that saw the Packers take it to a new level. A surge of momentum in all 3 phases. An 18-0 advantage on the scoreboard, 9 first downs, 2 forced turnovers, and a tipped field goal.
Yeah, fourth quarter is winning time, and we played our best in the fourth quarter today. Put together some really nice drives on offense and had 2 big stops.
There was no panic on the sideline. Everyone was still very calm, collective. We knew they were going to win the game, and went out there and executed, and we did that.
No, I think momentum is a real thing in this league. Just super proud of our guys, just to be resilient, to truly embody and embrace that one-play mindset and battle right to the end and give the energy and the attitude and the effort that we need to come out on top.
It's a must-win need, dub, and we got it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't perfect, but nothing ever going to be perfect in this league. You got to scratch and claw and bend but don't break, and we ain't break today.
Aaron always says that, 12, he always says, winning in this league is really precious, and you got to enjoy it. So we got a couple extra days to enjoy this one.
Heading into the bye week on a high note, a silver lining not taken for granted in an otherwise disappointing season for the green and gold. And for all the significance of this victory, for the wins record, the rivalry, the spirit of a comeback, the bottom line is it keeps a single glimmer of playoff hope alive.
This is exactly what we wanted, and it's going to be a great 6-7 days coming off of a win, and looking forward to the last couple.
At this point, every game's a must-win. Right now, we're in playoff mode. It definitely means more going against our division opponent, a team that has played really well the past few weeks. So it feels good. It's a big win.
I told the guys in the locker room, we've played good enough to beat anybody in the league, and at times played poor enough to lose just about anybody. There was probably a lot of people that felt good at 19-10. So did I.
For Sports Extra in Chicago, I'm Matt Reynoldson. Charles Woodson, as they say, got the call. He's headed to the Hall of Fame after being inducted on his first ballot appearance. And for the legendary defensive back, this honor feels like immortality.
Charles, it's my pleasure to welcome you to Canton. Congratulations.
We in the hall, man. We in the hall, man. Unbelievable.
This is immortality. This is a great accomplishment that I share with each and every player and coach and friend and family member that I have that supported me over the years. And this is the ultimate compliment that one player could ever achieve after their playing days are over. So I'm so extremely grateful to be here.
Woodson's greatest team accomplishment came with winning Super Bowl 45, and the MVP of that game calls Woodson the greatest player he's ever taken the field with.
Yeah, I'll start with Charles. I've said this before. I think he's the most talented guy that I ever played with. His ability to impact the game
was unbelievable. And he for sure made me a better player going against him every day in practice. This is the most savvy defensive player that I've ever seen on the field.
And for a game so often defined by what you put in the trophy case, for Woodson, this honor is worthy of hanging up the key.
I'm officially done with playing football now, with going into the Hall of Fame. And so this marks the end of what I did as a player, for 18 years in the NFL and all throughout college and high school for 40,000 years, that bust will last. So I feel like this means that I'm going to live forever.
Well, congratulations to the 8-time All-Pro. And Burke, it'll be interesting to see in his Hall of Fame speech come August whether he'll credit the Packers or the Raiders more. If you remember, he spent more of his career in Oakland.